Hey guys, and today we are doing Ben 10 because apparently I accidentally missed a few when it came to me using, because if you guys don't know, I take the powers of, of the of Ben 10 aliens, or basically anything is basically I take the powers of something, I add something to it, and then put that character in my universe, because you can't really own powers. You can own a character, you can't own powers. So yeah, I I went back, I did them, and the reason why you guys are seeing them in picture form, I know I usually cut them out, is because, well, I'm not. It's just a lot of stuff happened, and so yeah. So basically, you're seeing them in like a picture format than when I cut them out. So please don't get me on that. I would have done it if I had time, but so much stuff happened. So yeah, but I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's go. Okay, say hello to the super villain, Slime Eater. Slime Eater is, well, you guys can see, is based off of two Ben 10 aliens, Upchuck and, well, that Horn character. Now, I know a lot of people hate the Horn character, but there is some differences to the characters, so it was enough differences for me to use. So, Upchuck, he's like, basically Upchuck is the main person I use for this, obviously for the tendrils. So he's able to use Upchuck's ability as eating stuff and consuming them, able to do the little blast shooting thing. But also, he eats a lot. If he eats a lot more, he can shoot a giant beam from his forehead. This is the reason why he has kind of like a mohawk hair type deal. Also, I kind of made him a little bit of a frog abilities, so he also has slime incretion. So the abilities of those characters, but I just increase some in different ways. But also, like I said, slime incretion. Frog slime to be Christ, and I know it's not slime, it's mucus. But basically, he's able to create his own slime that is very poisonous, and technically he can make it as poisonous as he wants. That makes it change color depending on how much poison he puts into it. But he also can make it have a solid state, making it into weapon or objects. This also allows him to climb and stick onto walls. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. This is an old artwork. This is not my current one that I did, but it's a pretty much redesign, but it's important. So this is Frankini. Frankini is basically the story of Frankenstein. He had a deadly disease. They tried to save him. That also requires a reason why he doesn't have, a dome in his head. He has his brain out. But they also tried to keep him safe. He was very nice. He was very kind. He was very gentle. But also, he was kind of messed up in the head, so he got multiple personality disorder. So, when he was being evil, bad, or some would call monster or aggressive, that was a person who they called Frankenstein's monster. When they got powers, they had similar abilities. Basically, they have lightning and a form of a silver goop. But they all use it but depending on who's in control, it depends on who's the power. When Frankini takes over, well, when Frankini's the main person, but when Frankini's over, he can use it to dodge and slip through things, but also he uses it to enhance his punching. This guy, he uses it for the weather. He harnesses lightning and controls it to manipulate it to do whatever he wants. And the silver goop part is what he uses onto his body, basically making him hard as this mysterious steel where he cannot be destroyed, or making it somewhat like a gelatin then it makes him bouncy, for then things will bounce off of him at will. So say hello to, technically, same character, but now you guys understand, but Frankenstein's monster. Also, aka Frankenstein. And here we have the king of the wolves. So you guys know there's a Howling Island and there's kings and queens on the island. I wanted to make a werewolf queen. I promise you guys I really wanted to, but I couldn't it was so much. I couldn't do it. I didn't know why I could not do it. It was because I already did a female queen. I wanted to go boy girl for it, so I stick with that. Either way, the king of the werewolves, and basically you guys know the powers of werewolves, and also this is obviously the power of Beowulf. Also, I didn't know the name of that other alien. That's the reason why I didn't say it. I forgot it. So, if you guys know, Beowulf has the power to open his mouth and make a giant scream, or wolf attack sound, right? He has sharp claws, super strength, all the werewolf stuff. Super strength, agility, speed, and able to see in the dark. Now, what I add to this is the fact that when you guys see the gem on his chest, they're able to control what state of the werewolf they can be, manipulating it to whatever state they want. For wolf, man wolf, whatever they want. Also, to give them a good, extra power, I'm giving them a sort of like, I'm giving werewolves a sort of like full, since they transform, I'm giving them almost complete control. When there's a full moon, they still turn into a werewolf. They just get a lot bigger and a lot stronger, and they become more berserk. Those are my add-ons. I don't know what you guys want me to do. It's kind of like a simple thing. It's hard to add stuff to a werewolf. Here we have, I think his name is Eye Guy or something like that, and he has the power to shoot apparently elements out of his eyes. Apparently, because he can shoot fire and other stuff like ice beams and stuff. Also, he can shoot laser beams too. And he can see all over his body. So say hello to my superhero for this power, Eyesore. Obviously, because he's an eye, you get the joke. Either way, Eyesore he has the superpower of all of those abilities, but I'm increasing those eyes 100% up. So he's able to manipulate the things to make like whips and stuff. But also he uses any element, like all the elements, all of them, every single one. So yeah. Also, he has incredible hearing, because I think that's his other power too. We have the Mummy. The Mummy is, obviously he can de-wrap himself, and that's it. So, I gave this person the power to unwrap herself, but also the power to use the ash sand that she has in her bite. That is practically her skin that she's using. She is the queen of pharaohs. And she's nice, she's kind, and she was nice and kind when she was alive too. People said that technically she could make any king listen to her. So yeah. Also, she's my favorite female character I've made. Here we have the powers of Echo, Ultimate Echo, and Ditto. I did this because well, I got no time to explain here, but I'll make a video at one point explaining it. So, basically able to duplicate, able to make a sound blast, and also she's able to remove the metal parts on her arms to do the whole sound, to make more sound ports, and she's also able to release sound from her mouth and hands. The add-on to her powers is that she's also able to make a blast wave of sound come off her entire body. So yeah. Okay, I hope you guys liked the video. I usually don't go all the way up until it gets close to the end of the video. So see you guys later, and Crimson Thunder out. Whatever.